Friends, first of all, I got new hair, so that means I'm going to do a new vlog. Second, I found out that something existed. I am quite positive every single one of you knows that this exists, but I didn't know. I just found out that Christmas thrillers exist, as in like the macabre exist in the Christmas realm. Did y'all know this? Because I just found out when all these started showing up in the mail. And first of all, I'm like, cool, Christmas. Like, I'm not a big Christmas romance girly, because I'm not a romance girly. And I mean, like, it's cold outside. You can probably hear my heater right now. But when it's cold, I don't know, that's like thriller weather to me. If it's hot, it's thriller weather to me. But if it's cold, I like stabby and murder and, you know, kill. I like thrillers. And most of the time when it's cold, people want those romances. They want those cutesy, like, Hallmark movies. I'm all for a Hallmark movie. I love Hallmark movies. Maybe like one a week, but I don't want to read them. So then these popped up. Okay, I didn't know they existed. Can you see them? I didn't know that they existed. So we're gonna take the next however many days or a week or whatever, and we're gonna read them. And I'm gonna figure out if my new favorite niche subgenre is a Christmas thriller. So I'm gonna take us for a little ride here, and we're gonna read these three together. And you know how I'm serious? You know how I know? You know how you know that I'm serious? It's because I just filmed this intro before I read these. Normally I wait until after. I can't commit. I'm not a committer, unless it's to my husband, but I don't commit to things, so I'll read it and then I'll do the intro and show you everything that I did. This is how you know I'm committing, because I just filmed this before I read. So I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna read Christmas on the Orient Express. That's Murder on the Christmas Express. I'm gonna read Murder on the Christmas Express first, mainly because I dropped coffee on it, so I just need to get past it, and I'm just gonna read this one first, and we're gonna see if Christmas thrillers are my thing. Hi, I am on page like 100 of Murder on the Christmas Express. I swear if I say Orient one more time. And I'm not liking it. Oh. Hey. You're sitting in my cupboard right now. I just got out our homemade pizza dough. I'm hoping that this saves what I've spent all day reading, because this has no dynamic. There are so many characters. I had to write out a map. I don't do that. And I don't write maps. I don't write out character maps. I'm not that organized. It said 18 passengers, 7 stops, 1 killer. And there are some chapters that you're hearing from the killer's point of view. So it's like the killer, blah, blah, blah. And the killer, blah, blah, blah. And they, blah, blah, blah. And I understand what they're doing, but then you start reading about the actual passengers, and 2 passengers are influencers, and 1 is an ex-cop who ends up being like the lead investigator. I didn't even know that we were doing an investigation. A detective. I hate detective. I should have read the back of it. But Detective Roz Parker can't resist one last investigation. You know, even if I would have read that, I would have pushed through, because I love locked room thrillers. I think they're a lot of fun. But this one, it's not a Christmas thriller. Like, it's not Christmas whatsoever. This is dark. Like, there needs to be multiple trigger warnings at the beginning of this. It's talking about sexual assault and rape and really dark self-harm, like really dark things that, if you're not ready, you're not ready. Like, this doesn't look like that. This looks like a fun Christmas thriller, and that's not what I'm getting. And so I'm gonna try and push through. I'm about halfway. I'm not seeing character arcs. I'm not even remembering all of the character names. Some have died. I couldn't tell you who's died. I was like, I need the hook, because right now we are very long descriptions about vape pens and tablets and really random things that have long descriptions about, but no descriptions about the thing needed to like build the story. It's just some odd choices, but we're gonna finish it. I finished it. I hated it. Y'all, that was bad. Hang on, let me sit. Alright. That's comfy. So last night we had our pizza. And I was in such a good mood because I was like, you know what, this is going to be good. Like I'm putting it in the universe that it's going to be good. So I was going to take some B-roll of Garrett making our pizza and us eating it. We watched Harry Potter, like it was a good time. And then I had some B-roll of me like opening the book and reading it, and I just can't. Like, I'm so upset at how this book progressed and ended that I don't even want to add memories of reading it. That's so dramatic, I know, but it's how I feel about it right now. It is the next day. I have curled my hair, took a shower, put on makeup, about to take my dog to the vet. She doesn't know that yet. And I finished this last night, and it is 1:15 in the afternoon, and I'm just now getting to the point where I can get on here and talk about it. Number one, this is not a Christmas thriller. It was marketed as a Christmas thriller. I don't know if that's because it was coming out in October and they wanted people to purchase it, which is a good marketing ploy. Nothing about this was Christmas except the fact that at the very beginning they talked about it being the day before Christmas or 2 days before Christmas, and they have to get on the sleeper train to get to their places for Christmas. That was it. So not only is this not like a Christmas thriller, this is so dark. This was so heavy. I mentioned it yesterday, but as I progressed, like, it needed even more trigger warnings. The fact that there are no trigger warnings for this, like, are you kidding me? Someone could read this book and be sincerely traumatized if they've been through these things and didn't even know that that's what to expect with this. Like, it's not a bad book. I'm just mad at the marketing ploy that it did. And the characters did not evolve. They were all so one-dimensional. I stopped making the character map because I didn't care anymore. I didn't care who died. I don't remember who died. I didn't care about who the killer was. Literally, like, don't even know if I remember who the character was in the middle of the story whenever they revealed who it was. Like, that's how much I just needed to get through it and didn't care. So I'm giving this 2 stars. This ain't it. So I'm going to put that down and I'm going to start a new one. Hang on, let me go get it. Brought you in here. I'm going to read the small one. I'm going to read The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. But I just need something that's not as deep. And in my mind, if it's a smaller book, it can't get too deep. So I'm going to read this one, hopefully in a sitting, and we can hop in. I am going to take it to the vet with me, so it's not going to be like a fun time, but I can still take you with me. I took you there. I took you there, and then I didn't take you in, and then I didn't take you when we got her a pup cup, and then I didn't take you home, and then I didn't take you with me to the gym. But I did all of those things. Took a shower. Hair is air drying, but I finished the Christmas guest today. I sat down while we were at the vet. I sat down after the gym. It's freezing here, but I finished the Christmas guest. This is 93 pages long, so it really shouldn't take you a long time to finish this. Even if you read 50 pages a day, you know, you'll get to it in 2 days. But it's, you know, I enjoyed it. It was the perfect length. And I thoroughly enjoyed the story, and I thoroughly enjoyed the puzzle. And if it were any longer, I don't think I would have liked it. But this was a perfect little Christmas novella. It was a true Christmas thriller. Did appreciate the fact that this matched what was on the inside. The marketing matched it. But we are following these two girls. We are set in London, or in England, and we're following two girls. One is American and one is English. And the American girl doesn't have a good relationship with her mom, and so she's staying in England for Christmas, and the other girl kind of feels bad for her, so says, do you want to come with me to, you know, the estate, the manor, whatever, and be my guest at Christmas time? And American says, absolutely I do. So goes with her. Actually, she meets her there, so she takes the journey on her own and meets her friend there. And it's not necessarily the most welcoming place. It's kind of creepy. It's really cold. It's really frigid. The people are kind of frigid. The weather's frigid. The house is frigid. It's not the most welcoming place she's ever been, but she's determined to make this good. She meets the hot big brother. Is there a romance? Maybe. IDK. And we are just following them as they make it to Christmas Day. They end up going to a pub together at the end of the day. The brother has a tumultuous relationship with the father, so the brother leaves like the day before Christmas and is like, peace out, bye, like, I'm mad, I'm leaving. And American's like in love with him, so she's like, please don't leave, oh my god, I love you, please. And he might or might not be at the pub the night before Christmas, so they might or might not go to the pub to see if they can meet him. And then they find a body in the woods on the way home, and then chaos just ensues from there. There's even more within these 93 pages that happened. It was a lot of fun. It's one of those that if you can read in one sitting, do it, because it makes it rapid. It makes it a lot, my bad. It makes it feel like it's just coming at you really, really quick. So I just gave it 5 stars. I can think of a few things that I would do differently. I can think the ending is a little out there. I can think of a few things that aren't my favorite about it, but I gotta give it 5 stars. It was just a fun thriller and set at Christmas time, and it was Christmas themed. There's Christmas everywhere, and so it really did hit that mark for me. And this is the first Christmas thriller that I have ever read that I've enjoyed, the second in this vlog. So hopefully this next one will determine whether or not I enjoy Christmas thriller. So hated one, loved one. This next one that I'm reading, I don't have with me. Okay, no. But I'm about to read Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger. So I'll start reading that probably tomorrow. I'm tired. It's like 11 o'clock now. I've had a really long day. So I'm going to start reading it tomorrow, and I'll let you know when I'm like 50-ish pages in to check it. Good morning. I dressed up my hair because I'm going to turn this heater off. Hang on. I don't know if y'all could hear that, but I could. It was really annoying me. But it's cold. did my hair and makeup today because I'm going to my therapy appointment. I think everyone should go to therapy for just to talk about life, but you know, she knows the bad and the ugly about my life, so at least I can look pretty for her while I cry it all off. Also, big update. I found, it's a Peanuts puzzle that I'm doing, but it's 3,000 pieces. I'm a big believer, if you're doing a puzzle, 1,000 pieces or less, chump change. That's child's play. But give me 1,000 pieces or more and I will do your puzzle. I'll do any puzzle that's 1,000 pieces or more, unless it's a landscape puzzle. Like, God, I hate like photograph, real picture, real landscape. I don't like that. I like, I guess, more cartoon things like collages. I don't know. So I'm doing that. But I wanted to catch you up on where I am with Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger. I said last night that I would update you when I get to page 50, but man, like this just went by really fast. I made it to part 2, and that's about, I'd say 100-ish, 105 pages in, but look at how small the text is. Like, you can get through that so fast. So it took me like, I don't know, an hour and a half to get to part 2. But it's really interesting where we are. We are following a few different people. There is, of course, the main girl. She is a bookseller, which is a position I would love to have, to be a bookseller. So she owns her own bookstore in the hometown where she is. Her dad was the chief of police a long time ago, and now he's had a stroke and can't speak. And so she's taking care of him, and there's the caretaker that comes in and takes care of him as well. But a long time ago, like back in high school, there was a guy named Evan that she just fell in love with, and they were all friends. She and Evan and this guy named Badger, and then like 3 other girls. They were all really good friends. No one really liked Evan. He was kind of like the bad boy. Evan is in jail because apparently he killed 3 people on one night. The 3 girls, the best friends of our main character, Madeline. So it starts out, Madeline is just like working in her bookstore, and a true crime podcaster named Harley Granger comes into her store. She doesn't really recognize him. He does have a few books out. And then when he's checking out and she notices his name on the credit card, she's like, oh my gosh, you're Harley Granger. Didn't recognize you. Your dust jacket looks different, you know. And he's there because Evan is in prison, but there are more girls going missing and coming up dead around this town. And so is it a copycat killer? Is Evan actually put into jail for the wrong reason? So Harley is here. It's more like a cold case because there's one of the girls was never found. So where is she from forever ago? And so Harley's here to open up the cold case and investigate and find out what's going on. Is asking Madeline all these things. Madeline, of course, is traumatized from that night. Like, she saw everything. She was there. And so she just kind of closes down. Badger is still there. And so he is really protective of her. Then another POV that we're following is a girl who seems to be a current victim and what she's going through. And the way you know that it's her time is because they'll say like 6 days before Christmas, 5 days before Christmas. And does she ever make it home? I don't know, because she gets kidnapped and we are following that happening. It's not necessarily anything traumatic yet that I know of, but I'm enjoying it so far. I do think I can finish this today. I know this is like a chunk, and I say this all the time, but like, I'm not a fast reader. I just read a lot. And by a lot, I don't mean like a quantity of books, I mean like a quantity of time. I dedicate a lot of time to reading. I don't read fast. I'm not a fast reader. I just read for a long time. I just consume it a lot so that way I can get through a lot of books because I enjoy that type of media. So I get asked that a lot, like, how do you read so much? I don't know. I am not a fast reader. I just read with a lot of my time. And that's a little insight into Kate's brain. So I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to cry a lot and talk about some trauma. And then I'll come back and finish. And if we do something fun today, I'll take you along. I know the lighting's terrible, but it's an actual box. There are so many puzzle pieces in here. It's an actual box. Therapy sucked, so I took the day off. And it is the next day. I didn't read anything. Hang on, I'm talking to the people. And my husband and I were gonna go get some brunch. We're gonna go to a coffee shop, maybe go grocery shopping. Just kind of take a day off from being at home and from what I just went through in therapy. I just needed some time. Just sucked sometimes, you know, it just sucks sometimes. So we're gonna get out of the house. I'm gonna read this afternoon. Hopefully I can finish it. I'm gonna take you along with us today so that way you can see we actually just don't stay here. We like go out and do things. So I'm gonna take you along and show you a fun time, but also maybe I can read at the coffee shop. If we stay long enough, maybe I can get a few pages in, so that'll be fun. Here's my fit. Can you see? It's like 50 degrees outside, so it's cold to me. So I'm excited. Listen, if you ever come to Pensacola, Jay's Bakery is where you need to come. It's one of the oldest establishments here. And, oh, she just saw me. That's embarrassing. Turn around. And it is so good. So Garrett went in to get our coffee beans, and I'm going to ask him to go to Jay's Bakery and get us some of the smiley face cookies, but they may be out, so. Alright, I'm down here because there are a lot of people and I don't want them to see me vlogging because it's kind of awkward. But he went into Jay's. They were out of my smiley face cookies, which have been really cute for a photo, but you know, whatever. So we are at the butcher shop. He's getting our protein. We just went to the grocery store. But I'm almost done with, where'd it go? Oh, they're looking at me. I'm almost done with Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it. The Christmas is still prevalent, which was my big thing. We are counting down until Christmas. We're still trying to figure out who the main kidnapper killer is. I don't think that it is the main character's, you know, love interest of Evan Handy. I don't think it was him. I think there was someone else that has done these crimes, but we're trying to figure out who it is. And things are starting to ramp up. I personally hate Harley Granger, who is the podcaster, because he literally, more people, I'm gonna look up. He does not care about people's feelings. The things that he is, you know, investigating and talking about are people's lives, and he's talking about them like they're just some type of story that, you know, he wrote. And so it has not, like, he's not realizing that he's talking about people, to the people that it happened with. They're still dealing with trauma, and he doesn't care. But I'm really enjoying the story. I'm gonna finish it right when we get home, and then I'll be able to kind of come on and give you like the full synopsis. I haven't done a really great job today, just now, about necessarily telling you what the whole book is about, because I'm trying to figure out what's a spoiler and what's not. So I need to get through it, figure it out, and then actually read the synopsis and then figure out what is a spoiler and what isn't. Sorry, there's someone else, so I have to act. Okay. So it's been a good day out of the house. We're about to go in. I'm going to change. We're going to take the dogs to the park, let them run around. And then I'm going to finish this. And we're going to do a big, chat about whether or not Christmas thrillers are for me. All right. I'm home. I changed. Red is my color today. Let's scoot you. My dog is behind me. There's a ball. It is chaotic. There we go. So I did finish it. And I think I'm going to give it a 4-star. But here's the thing. It may go down to a 3.5 because I finished it about an hour ago. And there's some parts of it that I don't remember. And I read this in like 24 hours. It's a super short read. The pages are like small and the text is big, so you can get through it pretty fast. It's almost 300 pages. My criteria throughout this time was, is it actually Christmas? Like, does it stick with Christmas, or is that like the marketing ploy? And it was actually Christmas. It followed a podcaster, it followed a bookseller, it followed like an old case that's being reinvestigated, and they do end up finding out what actually happened to the girls and the mystery, and there's a happy ending at the end, and I appreciated that a lot. It always ended on like Christmas Eve, and I just it stuck with it. It wasn't just a marketing ploy, it was actually Christmas. The premise is really cool. There was like an old thing that happened where a group of friends, they were in high school, and they all went to a party, and the new guy who was the boyfriend of one of the girls allegedly tried to kill all of them, and some are still missing, and one got away. An old podcaster comes in. He's one that reinvestigates all these cold cases, and he helps them, close some of them. He comes in, he's trying to reopen it. So we do continue to move on, and the whole premise and why it's called Christmas Presents is because she keeps receiving a Christmas present for every year that her ex-boyfriend has been in jail, and she knows that they are from him. Some of them are very intricate, some of them are very deep, really deep-seated memories only he would know about, and some of them she has no idea what they mean, but she gets these Christmas presents that are from him. And so she goes all year, she doesn't think about him, and then she gets a Christmas present, in the front of her house or something, and it reminds her of him, and she's just got to relive it all over again. It's just a lot. Her best friend is still there, her guy best friend's still there, so he's a part of the story as well. And I don't want to give it away. It looks like a big book, but it's really not. You could probably condense it to like 120 pages if you actually like made the text normal. So if we're going to recap here, that's Fosco behind me. If you're going to recap, this one, absolutely not. Murder on the Christmas Express, absolutely not. I will not recommend this. This was way too dark, way too deep. We talked about way too dark of topic matter and subject matter for there to not be trigger warnings, and for it to be marketed as like a cozy locked room mystery. We talked about too much. No mention of Christmas whatsoever except at the very beginning, so will not recommend this. Now, The Christmas Guest, super cute. I loved it so much. It was about 90-ish pages. The marketing was right on top of it. It is about Christmas. It focuses around Christmas. It is about the Christmas guest. It is typical Peter Swanson, where There is the standard twist, and then the twist, and then the twist. And at the end, it does get a little weird. I think it's going to throw some people off. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some people who don't like this because of the ending. And you know what? To each their own. It's just a cute little... Cute. It's not cute. It is just like a short little novella. And the author's note from Peter was really cool, where he said he envisioned us reading it, you know, around Christmas time with the fire and a cup of hot something. And when you read the book, you can definitely find yourself in that headspace, and you can read it in that space. It would take you maybe a couple hours to read it. So I would definitely recommend for this time of year, if you're needing something short, like maybe you need to get away for, you know, an hour or two in your room or leave or something, take this, you can finish it. It'd be, you know, it's a really good one. And then of course we just finished, I'm sorry that I'm doing the wrap up right now along with the wrap up of the book. It just, the light's going away, you know. We just finished Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger. 3.5 stars, I think I'm gonna go with. Again, this was centered around Christmas. It was a good thriller. So out of them, I recommend these two, The Christmas Guest and Christmas Presents. So our Christmas thrillers for me, 2 out of 3. I would give more a chance. I think marketing has a lot to do with it. But if it's around Christmas time and it's a thriller, heck yeah, like give me more. I really enjoyed exploring this really niche genre and subset of thrillers around this time of year. You think of Christmas as rom-com and romance, and all these thrillers came out this year, and I'm a thriller girly, and I was super excited. So this might be a subset genre that I explore a little more this year. I could probably fit, you know, 2 or 3 more in there if I wanted to. So let me know down below if there's another Christmas thriller, because these are the only 3 I know about. So if there's another one that you know about, I desperately want that comment, so that way I can go put in a library hold or find it at my local indie and get it in my hands so I can read it before Christmas. So thank you so much in advance for telling me all about your Christmas thrillers. Also, thanks for watching. YouTube has been a lot of fun, and learning how to vlog and learning how to be comfortable around the camera and capture my day and just become more of this YouTube community has been a lot of fun for me. So thank you for joining and subscribing and just coming along. And let me know how I can make my videos better for you. That's what I'm here for. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I will speak with you very soon about some next vlogs coming up, which I'm pumped about.